Hello and welcome to the today's lecture. As I said earlier, today we are going to have a look at the numericals or problems based on carbonium ion and carbanion. So the first example which we are going to look at is the secondary bromide is treated with water, or you can say solulysis, or if water is used it is hydrolysis. You get tertiary alcohol. If it is direct displacement, then we are expecting secondary alcohol, but that is not the case. We will see the mechanisms once we have a look at all these problems and then mechanism for each. Then this secondary iodide is again solubilized, you get tertiary alcohol in this case also. Here this tosylate is treated with isopropyl alcohol, so this is again a solulysis, you get a rearranged product. So that you have to show, and then we will write down all the mechanisms. If this product I have written, we can rewrite the structure. Now this tetrahydropyrenyl derivative is subjected to acid treatment, you get 6-membered ring. So furan becomes tetrahydrofuran becomes pyrenyl. Then this is ring expansion, in which the protonation of OH is initiating the reaction. Then moving on to 6, this is your classical aldol condensation reaction. Malonate ester, this is Michael addition, this is your conventional Wittig reagent, this is the benzoin condensation, this is Favorsky rearrangement, and this is Claisen-Schmid reaction. So we will write down the mechanism for each of these. So let us start with the first example. Now let me clean this so that I can show the arrow pushings there. If this goes off, we expect the formation of secondary carbonium ion. The hydride shift will make it tertiary, and if this reacts with water, you get OH2 plus initially, and then conjugate base can abstract the proton, and that is how you get the target molecule. So from the beginning, secondary halide, the heterolytic cleavage of carbon bromine bond, you get secondary carbonium ion. Structure permits the hydride shift make it tertiary, then attack of water as a nucleophile, and then the conjugate base, or you can say Br minus, can abstract this, and HBr is eliminated in the process. So that is the first example, wherein a little rearrangement is taking place, and you get the rearranged product, and it is all initiated from the carbonium ion. So it is carbonium ion. Now the second example is again similar. First of all, the loss of iodide, you get secondary carbonium ion. Hydride shift will make it tertiary. So this becomes tertiary. So this was secondary initially, and then attack of water and loss of proton will make it tertiary. Moving on to the third example. The third example, The first foremost thing is loss of tosylate, that is the best leaving group, then shifting one of the methyl from here to this place. So, the intermediate will be and this is going to be positive. Okay. Now, this is tertiary and benzylic. The earlier carbonium ion would be secondary only. So, tertiary benzylic is preferred. So, that means I have to make a correction here. Then isopropyl alcohol attacks and then loss of proton can give you this product. So, that is the once again these are small Mirven-Wagner rearrangements which the structures are permitting, and you get the formation of the rearranged product. So, carbonium ion initiated rearrangements, you can say. Here also protonation takes place, this goes off, the ring expands. So, from 5 membered you can count this carbon also. So, this becomes 6 membered ring. If you want, you can number them right from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, 6 atoms are there, and you can see that oxygen and then the intervening carbon and then methyl is there. This will become positive, and then loss of proton which is initiated by conjugate base can give you this Pyron derivative. Now, moving to next example. Here if you are asked to show the mechanism, then this is the best method by which you can show it. Initially this becomes OH2 plus, when this goes up then you will be having, say, this double bond is intact, there is a formation of bond. So, you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the intervening methylenes, and now since you are breaking this bond, this becomes positive, and to compensate it, the proton loss take place, and ultimately you get this compound, right. Then moving on to the sixth example. Sixth example is your classical aldol condensation. I will just quickly write the mechanism for the same. So, you generate a carbanion, and then this carbanion is added to the other aldehyde. So, this is self condensation reaction, you can say. Or I will put H on the other side, CHO, and then loss of water molecule can furnish the target molecule, that is the croton aldehyde, which is alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. Now, moving on to the next example. Malonate ester, we know that sodium methoxide is capable of abstracting a proton, from it. So these protons are acidic. NaOH can abstract it. You get a carbanion here. Now this is stable carbanion because it is flanked by two ester groups on either side, and now we have to add it to the COOH, and this is, that is the electron pool. That is how the addition takes place. So this is, I will just put it as it appears, and then we are going to have COOH on this side. Finally, this takes a proton from ethanol and you get the target molecule. So this is Michael addition, conjugate addition, 1,4 addition, whatever you say, all those terms are correct. The 8th example is a sort of repetition, but I will just put it because CH2 PPH3 plus minus. So this is the Lide which we are adding across the PPH3. So you get the butane intermediate, and then this butane intermediate collapses into triphenyl phosphine oxide plus the alkene is formed. So this is your classical Wittig reaction, in which the phosphorus slide is converting the carbonyl into the olefin. So that is your Wittig reaction. The other lights like sulfur and phosphorus, nitrogen lights also we have seen. So we are not repeating those things here. The next one is your benzoin condensation. So first foremost thing is the attack of Cn minus on carbonyl. Then there is a sort of rearrangement, you can say, this OH and Cn. Then this is added to another aldehyde. So I will just put another benzaldehyde molecule nearby so that you can show this. So as a consequence of this, it will be Cn OH, just put it like this, OH, then another benzaldehyde molecule CO minus H, and this side the other ring is there. Okay. Then this takes a proton, this comes here, this goes off. So that is how you get benzoin. So this is your classical benzoin condensation reaction, in which the two benzaldehyde they condense to form the benzoin, where this is an example of Umполongov reactivity, where this carbonyl now is carrying negative charge. This is electropositive, this is electronegative. So the reactivity Umполong is there, the polarity at carbonyl is getting changed, and that is helping in the further course of reaction. The next reaction is Favorsky. We have already seen, but just for the sake of revision, OH minus abstract a proton and you get a cyclopropanone type intermediate. Now this cyclopropanone type intermediate is labile, and since OH minus is there, you can show the delocalization and it can open up in either direction, and in both the cases you are going to get the ring contraction product, the acid. If alkoxide is there, you will get ester and so on. So, if you put a star carbon, the labeled carbon, then this will be 50% label, the other one will be another, like 50% labeling would be written, remaining would not be written, because the course of reaction permits only 50% the star carbon will be written. So, that is there. The last reaction is in that link is Perkin condensation reaction. So, first of all, the addition, and then you can think of let me put it as OH and loss of this. So, it will be ArCH double bond CH CO OCOCH3, and if you hydrolyze it, this will become acid, that is acetic acid. So, that is how the Perkin reaction takes place. And one more example, I have written it from Claisen-Schmid condensation reaction. Some preparation in laboratory, you got this thing. I will just quickly write the mechanism. This molecule is capable of, I will just put it in the same manner, no problem, ArCHO on the other side as well. So, I can see that this acetone, this is 10% NaOH, dilute NaOH, and then both the protons can be abstracted. You can show one by one also, no problem. This is central carbonyl, this is CH2, I will just put H here for the sake of convenience, and then CH2 COH here and H, and then it is simply the loss of water molecule, because this reaction is carried out at 60-65 degrees Celsius, because in water bath. So, this is possible. So, you can get the dibenzylidene acetone as a product. Now, you can practice this type of examples. There are so many examples available in the literature. Still we are not solving any examples from paper, because paper solving would be another objective, and where we will revise so many things there also. And my request to all of you is to practice all these steps, because only practice can solve your queries. You can revert back to me, you can ask your queries, post your queries. I will definitely help you in solving those queries. That is all for today's lecture. Next time we will start with the third reactive intermediate, that is carbene, and if time permit we will also start with nitrene in the same lecture, and the examples in the next lecture, and then only the carbon free radicals part will be there. Once we are done with that, we will go for the paper solving. Thank you very much for today's.